Hello, welcome to the 2021 Hicksville Softball Parent Meeting. It is my intention during this video to help you understand a few of our policies, to talk a little bit about some OHSAA regulations, and also get a couple of organizational things down. Let me begin by saying it has been a treat to coach your daughters at this point. They've been working really hard, taking instruction well, and we're looking to have a great season. Let me begin by introducing our coaching staff, the people that you'll see out on the field with us. My name is Andrew Lawrence, if you don't know me, and this is my 7th year coaching Hicksville Softball as the head coach. Been in the program for probably 15 plus years at this point. And this year we are bringing on a new assistant coach. Her name is Rachel Werman. She will be primarily in charge of pitchers as well as our head JV coach. We do have both varsity and some JV games this year. I will speak to that a little bit more later. Also, returning to our coaching staff this year is Jeff Schrader and Mike Valena. Both of them have been with me for 6 years now, and I appreciate their expertise and what they bring to the program. So let's get down to a few of our topics. As I mentioned before, we will have some varsity and JV games this year. We have 18 girls. Unfortunately, that is not enough that we can play varsity and JV on the same day. So what we are intending to do is on days that we do not have varsity games, we will play some JV games. Players that do not get into varsity games, this will be their best opportunity to get on the field. We intend to put Coach Werman in charge of those games. I will be there as well. Mike and Jeff will also be there as their schedule permits for those JV games. But as I said, those JV games will only be scheduled on days that varsity is not playing. There is an OHSAA regulation about the number of games that each player can play during the season. I will be keeping track of those things to make sure that they don't go over their limit and risk their eligibility for the rest of the season. Playing time is something that has to be earned. This is not rec league ball anymore. You don't get to play just because you showed up. You have to earn that spot. You have to remember that if I put you in the lineup, that means somebody else isn't in the lineup. So if you have a question about playing time or how that is earned, number one, you need to talk to your daughter. Number two, playing time questions need to start with your daughter, as in they need to come speak to me about it first. If you are dissatisfied with that explanation, you can come and schedule an appointment with me. I'll be happy to meet with you as long as your daughter has talked to me about it first. If you are dissatisfied with that resolution, you are welcome to take that to the athletic director. I am under the direction of Mr. Jeff Hott and Mr. Paul Overmeyer. They are both co-athletic directors for Hicksville High School and have been doing that for several years. They would be happy to take your call and set up a time with you if you feel that is necessary. But I do ask that you please try to resolve your question or issue with me first. Another thing that often comes up is the question of what happens during spring break. We do have spring break games. Currently, we have a game scheduled on March 29th and another game on March 30th. Those are both varsity contests. Then we have games scheduled for April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for JV contests. If you miss a contest that you would have played in as a varsity player, you would miss that game, obviously, and then you would be required to sit a game for each game that you miss. The reason this policy is in place is to discourage players from missing games. I understand that families want to take vacations, etc., during spring break. I get it. But at the same time, I also have to make sure that players are here when they need to be so that we can play our schedule as it is put in front of us. For instance, JV games, if you were to play a JV game and you are not here for that JV game, the same policy applies. If you miss a game, you would sit a game. If you have questions about this policy or how it would apply to your daughter, if there's a situation that you see on the horizon for that, you need to please let me know as soon as possible so we can iron that out and make sure that we know where we're going with that. Also, I should mention, we have in the past had certain reasons for students to miss games for a school-sponsored reason, whether it's a concert, whether it's we've had 4-county students that have had certain competitions, etc. Those things are excused. You would not be penalized for that when it's a school-sponsored event. I want to say thank you for making sure that your daughter had all of her final forms turned in and spoken for. Everybody had their physicals taken care of. I can't begin to tell you how much of a relief that is to have all those things taken care of. So thank you for being diligent and paying attention to those deadlines and the things that we needed to have. It just helps things run a lot smoother around here. A few things about some more OHSAA regulations. I know that we have a couple of players that have previously participated on travel teams. If you are interested in participating in travel team, you need to be aware of these regulations. There is a rule with the OHSAA that is called the non-interscholastic competition rule. And once you become a member of our team, and I'll define that in just a moment, once you become a member of our team, you are no longer permitted to practice, have games, no tryouts, no workouts with that team. You become a member of our team once you have participated in a scrimmage, preview, or the first game. For us, we do not have any scrimmages scheduled at this point. One policy that you need to be aware of from the OHSAA applies primarily to your daughters as well as to me and my coaching staff. But the OHSAA has a policy against public criticism of officials. If they are quoted in the media or find out that you said something that could be considered critical of officials, you can be suspended from future contests. If it's me, then I can be fined as well. So you won't see me criticizing the officials like that because I don't want to pay that kind of money. But for your daughters, they can be suspended from games. So please remind them. This also includes their own social media accounts. I have heard instances in the area where people have had this policy come into effect where they had to sit games because they were critical of officials. Just remember that when it comes to fan behavior at games, we love that you're there to support our girls. We think that it's great that you came to cheer them on. I encourage you as much as possible to remain positive, to encourage our kids. They're working hard, and they would benefit from your support. If you do not have a parent account for the Game Changer website, this is the #1 way that I issue communication to parents. The rest of this video is going to be dedicated to finding the Game Changer website, creating an account, and then how to make yourself a family member of your player. What that does is it gives you a chance to access information that's only going to be available to parents and family. So anybody that is a family member of that player will just need to sign up for an account. What it does is it gives you game recap information. There is an option for you to purchase access to live streaming of our scorekeeping through the Game Changer app. This is also the best way for me to get information both to players and to parents because they would all have that app and get information that way. So if you still need to create an account, then stick around. If you already have an account, thank you for watching. I hope that you are excited about this season of softball. I know I am, especially not getting to play last year. One additional note about COVID and all those wonderful little uh, guidelines that we will be having in place. We do ask for your patience. We know that not everybody is enjoying the different restrictions that are out there. We don't either. There will be some things that we will have to do with respect to COVID and how we um, deal with different game time issues. At this time, the information that I have says that we will allow spectators. There will be room to social distance, etc., outdoors. So that'll be something that'll happen, and as well, we'll make sure that we give you updated information as we get it. So again, if you need game changer instructions, stick around. If not, thanks again, and let's go Aces. Look at the Game Changer website. All you have to do is type in gc.com. It should take you to Game Changer. Then what you're going to do is come up here in the corner to this sign in button. Created your account. You can come over here. Um, the smartphone app is probably the most convenient way to access your Game Changer membership. Um, but if you are going to go that route, I would recommend that you do the setup in the website first. So right here, we're going to click on Find a Team. And here, I would recommend that you just search by zip code. Once you search, we should be the top results right here where it says Aces. You'll notice Spring 2021 here. That's what you're looking for. And you'll notice this was last year's team and some other information that we got going on here. But right here, this follow link, that's where we want to go. So we click on that. And so then once I go up here and we say manage the team, now here's our team. So what you can do is you can select our team, and then this is the key right here, request membership. When you request a membership, you gain special access to more information when you are added as a family member. So I request membership. Um, you're not a player, you're a parent. So we're going to click on family, and then you just have to select who you are family with. So let's see. I'm going to use Coach Schrader's daughter just because. And then I submit the request. So once you've done that, click OK. You can see our schedule. You'll notice it's divided here into games and practices. So the practice schedule is all in there. You have the roster. So before I can, you will get any access to stats, your request has to be confirmed. So then you will have the opportunity to purchase that extra access. Um, if you do buy extra access anytime that we are scoring and have an internet connection, you'll be able to follow along as the game goes on. There won't be video, but you'll be able to kind of follow along with what's happening in the game. And you can even program it to do alerts for the player that you're following. Then you'll notice in the community tab over here, we got all the different members of the team community going on there. Oh, I should mention, if you go back here to the community and you click on this sharing link over here, you do have the ability to send an email invite or to send this direct link. If you have another family member that, say, doesn't live in our area that would like to follow along and get information about the team, you can send that link to them, or you can send this email invite. They can sign up and get all that information as well. That's really all there is to it to sign up for your Game Changer account. If you have any questions, I do have some instructions that are printable that I can send to you, or I can send a hard copy home with your player if you would prefer that. If you have any questions, go ahead and you can send me an email or call me at the school. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks again for viewing the parent meeting. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to a great season with you and your daughter.